Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? I hope that you have an amazing week. Like, literally incredible. And can I tell you how I think that's going to start? I'm not doing makeup today. This is like a different kind of thing because here's the deal is I think self-care is so important. If we do not take care of us, our minds, our bodies, our hearts, our emotions, all those things, um, we just get lost in it all, right? And so here's where I'm at, and I want to give you some tips on things I've done that have really helped things. Okay, so self-care isn't selfish. Don't think that if you're taking care of you, that means you won't take care of others, because we've all heard that you can't pour from an empty cup, right? Here's the deal is when I pour into my own cup, eventually it's just overflowing, right? It just gets too full. What happens to all of that? It goes to everyone else around me. I have a hair on me. It is driving me insane. Oh, it's on me. Okay, perfect. But can I just say something? Whenever I turned 30, I feel like this is wrong. There we go. Whenever I turned 30, I looked back through my 20s and I was kind of sad. I had done some great things, right? I had 3 kids, right? I'd got my bachelor's degree, and I felt like that wasn't really a lot, right? For 10 years of my life, I'm like, what did I do? I definitely didn't love myself. I definitely didn't love others and show up in the ways that I would have wanted to. My relationship with God definitely was not where I wanted it to be. I made a lot of really terrible choices. And all of those things just led me to where I am, right? It's all part of my story, so I don't regret those things. But when I turned 30, what I knew was that over the next 10 years, I wanted my life to look different. I wanted it to have meaning. I wanted it to have purpose. I wanted to know that I was fulfilling the things that God had equipped me to do, right? Because we all have these amazing gifts and talents that we are given, and sometimes we tap into them and sometimes we don't, and sometimes we say that it's not for us or it's too hard. And maybe that's what my 20s was about, was that doing the things that I should have been doing was just too hard, right? And I wasn't taking care of myself, so I couldn't even do hard things, right? Because I can't even go there, okay? But in my 30s, I decided that my journey to 40, over the next 10 years, it would look drastically different than my journey to 30, right? Because I was content, but I wasn't happy, if that makes sense. I think that you will understand what I'm saying, maybe. Maybe I'm just speaking in circles, I don't know. But sometimes you can be content in your life and not be fulfilled. Like, I can be okay where I'm at, but I'm not doing the things that I want to do. I'm not impacting the lives that I want to do. I am not showing up for others or myself in the ways that I want to. So my 30s were different. My 30s were different because I was aware of every single day. In my 30s, I got my master's degree. I don't know if that was the best thing, but it was a huge accomplishment for me, and I was really proud of it. I changed jobs and professions, and it allowed me to provide for my family in ways that I never dreamed possible. I joined network marketing, and that, of course, has drastically changed my life and who I am. But here's the thing, is that in my 30s, I knew that I needed to spend more time with God. And I needed to get my mental and emotional health in check. And I think maybe if I had seen a counselor, the process would have went a little faster, right? Some kind of therapist, some kind of life coach, some kind of someone who was a professional. I think that would have helped. But we were broke. We had no money. We were, being evicted from apartments and duplexes and houses, and we were losing our cars. My mom was buying our groceries, and it was just really hard, right? The beginning of my 30s was definitely really, really hard. And then I started network marketing. And network marketing is, I think, probably the only profession I have ever been in that encouraged me to work on me, that encouraged me to read more. You guys, I love reading, okay? But I can't even tell you the last time I read a fiction book. And I love fiction books. I do. I love a good love. I mean, give me all the Nicholas Sparks books, right? But I haven't read any because I want to be growing and learning as a person. So in my 30s, I started these habits, right, of reading my Bible every day. I spent a couple years just really meditating because I didn't want to ask God for anything. I just wanted to listen, right? I wanted to spend that season quiet, right? Now I am like so vocal. I'm like, God, hello, I'm here, I'm ready. God, I'm prayer Jabez every day. Have you Googled the prayer Jabez? It's an amazing, amazing thing. The book is incredible. But prayer Jabez every day, like I'm vocal because this is the season for me to be vocal, to take action, to all the things. But here's the thing is sometimes I think we don't know what season we're in, right? So here's a little piece of advice. For me in my life, if I have felt super, super lost, I want always spend time with God. It's important to me. It fills my soul and just keeps my mind in check, my heart in check, and it's just incredible. But I once heard that if you feel really lost and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in this life, what you should do is go back to the last thing that you knew for sure you were supposed to be doing, and do that until you hear something different, right? So in my 30s, I did that. And all I did was spend time with God, and I listened to God, and I read books on meditation, and I practiced those things, and I did yoga, and I just really tried to slow down. Because I knew that my 20s were such a busy season, that my 30s needed to be a little slower, right? And now that I'm into my 40s, I'm thinking, I'm ready for that momentum, right? Because here's the thing is I feel like for at least probably 7, 8, 9 years, I have really been working on my heart, working on my mental health, and just spiritual and mental health has just been such a huge thing, right? So I worked on my spiritual and my mental health and just my emotions and how to control those and to feel all the things without it being detrimental, right? Because I want to feel sadness and anger and bitterness and I want to feel grace and love and kindness, and I want to feel all the things, but I don't want to feel them to the extent that like I destroy my life over them, right? Because in my 20s, that's probably what was happening, right? I was very emotionally driven and all the things. But here's the thing is that whenever you start feeling into you, right? So what does that look like? For me, it was my quiet time in the morning with God. It was all of the audiobooks that I listen to on a daily, right? Today I started a new one, GoPro. Yesterday I finished Girl Code. Like I'm always reading something that makes me a better human. And one of the books that changed my life the most was the book Love and Respect. Literally saved my marriage. And here's the thing too, is like, if you don't work at things, they don't work, right? So you can say like, oh my gosh, my marriage is falling apart. It's terrible. We should just get divorced. And you can. My state makes it super easy. I did it. I did it without an attorney. Like they make it super easy. It's fine. But if you work at it, things can be different or better, or you can change things, right? So Kyle and I did do marriage counseling. The Love and Respect book changed how we looked at each other and how we responded to each other and how we gave to each other. And I can see us carrying those things. So one, I want you to be reading. And if you don't love to read, get audiobooks. I love audiobooks. I commute to work about 40 minutes every day one way. So I'm always listening to audiobooks and all the things. But sometimes your self-care is going to look differently, right? Sometimes it's going to be a bubble bath. Sometimes it's going to be that hour dinner by yourself. Like there are days that I will go to like a restaurant at lunchtime and spend that hour with just me. And here's the thing. I don't know that I would have wanted to spend that time with that girl in her 20s. I don't know, because I don't know that I liked her that much, right? I think that she was probably a nice person. She was probably super fun, but she didn't understand how to love herself and love other people, right? So you guys start reading and start taking some time to you. Maybe you love baths. Do that at night. Get those, like, I don't even know, $1, $2 bath bombs from Walmart, Dollar General. Take the bath. Take time for you, because here's the thing, is I used to think if I took time for me, it took away from my family. But here's the thing, is whenever I'm doing this, trying to deal with my family, I am a wreck. I am stressed. I am shorter and more impatient with my children. And life just becomes harder, right? So take care of you and personally develop you, because if you're not growing, there are very few times in life where I wasn't growing and I stayed the same. Because generally things either grow or they die, right? Like we have 2 plants on the back porch. One Kyle's in charge of and one I was in charge of. Mine is definitely dead. But I didn't take care of it. Like, I don't know. I should have Googled. I should have learned how to take care of it. I don't even know if it's supposed to be inside or outside, if it needs direct sun or not. These are the things that you learn about yourself, you guys, when you are taking care of you, right? So last night, I took a shower that was so long that it ended with cold water. And I couldn't even care because I was so relaxed by the end. I put on music. Oh, you guys, one of the first things that really started my my personal development kind of self-care journey was I am a channel surfer on the radio. Like I'm like seek like all the time. So I come across Caleb radio station, and it was during one of their drive things, right? And what they did was they challenged people to, for 30 days, only listen to positive and encouraging music. And I was like, that seems weird, but I mean, like, okay. I noticed it completely changed my mood. Now I don't listen to the radio because I do my audiobooks, but I only allowed myself a certain kind of music because I knew that what I was putting in was like feeding my soul. And it calmed me and it brought peace. So if you're at a place in your life where you're not feeling peace, where you are just kind of all over the place, where you're confused, where you just don't know what's happening, start working on you. Get a book. Any book. Learn something new. That is the most empowering thing, because here's the thing is, if we wait until like we're going to feel confident to do something, we will never feel confident, right? Confidence comes from doing things, right? So you can't say, when I am more confident, I'll wear the bikini. No, I guarantee you, if you wear the bikini now and you just have this attitude of confidence and that you are beautiful, you will just rock it. It doesn't even matter your size. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter. You keep doing that and you will build confidence, right? So when I joined network marketing, you guys, hold on. My cup is a disaster because I ran out of creamer and then I tried to put some, I tried to put some protein powder in it for flavor. And I should have just drank it plain, but it's fine. But I'm joking. Now I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. I have no idea. Oh, when I joined network marketing, it was the first industry that said you can work on you and it's not selfish. You can take time for you and it's not selfish. I'll do lunch by myself during the daytime just to spend time by myself, away from work, away from my family, away from everything, right? That's just some me time, and it really doesn't take away from anyone else. But I used to think that if I did something for me, it was taking something away from someone else. And that's just not true. Because here's the thing, is that until you really can love yourself and who you are and what you stand for and where you are going, it is difficult for other people around to love you, right? Like if I'm just constantly like, I hate myself, this is terrible, I'm an awful person, blah, 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 all the things, other people are going to see me the same way I see myself, right? So one, stop doing that. And 2, you might need to join network marketing because network marketing, I will say it till the day, it is the only profession I've ever been in that encouraged me to become a better person. Does your job encourage you to be a better person? I'll wait. I won't wait, but you know what I mean? Like, my job doesn't care. If I'm there working my 40 hours and doing my job, they do not care if I'm a decent human being or not. They don't care. They don't care? They don't care. But I care, right? And your family cares, and all the people that you come in contact with are going to care. And maybe network marketing is going to be the thing that changes things for you, or maybe it's just going to be the bath. Maybe it is just going to be that 5 minutes that you set in quiet in the mornings with a coffee. Because it can be that simple. My nail appointment every month, once a month. By the time I go, my nails are ratchet, but I don't even care because I don't want to take too much money from my family, right? But this is something that I do for me. I go there for an hour and sit there. And I'm not the person that's chatty, so she don't gotta talk to me. I just want to sit here in peace. I just want to be pampered. I want to feel special and important, and I don't care that I'm paying you to make me feel that way. I do not care. But it's for me. I do that for me because it's important, and it's important to me. And ultimately, I don't know that my family sees it that way, but it is important to them because if I don't do the things for me, I definitely will not do the things for them because I'll be drained. I will just be sad, and that's an awful, awful place to be. And for me, when a lot of that changed was when I joined that last company. I started building confidence. People started telling me that I could believe in myself, you guys. Sometimes we do not believe in ourselves because no one told us that we could. No one said, you're an amazing person and you can do amazing things. Because I heard that every day of my life. My mother was amazing at it. Amazing at it. But not everyone's going to hear that. I can see the powder at the bottom. It's so gross. I'm drinking it though. But I want you to love yourself, and I want you to love others, and I want you to do it well. Because sometimes we think that we're doing it, and it's not at all what we needed or what other people needed, right? So pick up a book today. Go get a library card, and actually, if you go to the library, you can do audiobooks or check out physical books, so you can do which ones you want, and those are all free, right? I got a book today for like $7 off Amazon, and it's an audiobook, and I can just listen to it on my way to work, and I love it. But I just want you to know that you can take care of you, and it's not selfish. It's not a terrible thing. You can spend so much time in the shower that you run out of hot water. You can take 5 minutes or an hour or whatever you want to do to take care of your mental health, your emotional health. You know what's really funny? I'm gonna die probably. I'm gonna choke to death. This weekend I told Kyle that, I've been really proud of myself because for probably almost 10 years, I've really worked on my mental, emotional, and spiritual health. I have really, really, really worked hard to the point where I really like who I've become. Because I feel like I care a whole lot about other people. But I can still put myself as a priority, and I love that I can do both, right? But I feel like I might be in a season, oh gosh, I don't even want to say this out loud, but that my physical health is a priority. And here's the thing, sometimes we choose those journeys in saying like, hey, I want to be a better person. I want to learn to crochet. I'm going to start watching YouTube videos. I want to learn how to do makeup. I'm going to start watching YouTube videos. I watched a YouTube video every day for a year. I didn't watch it for 2 weeks. 1 year. I watched a YouTube video on makeup every day. Sometimes they were 2 minutes, sometimes they were 20 minutes, sometimes they were an hour. But every day, 7 days a week, for an entire year, I was committed to learning something new. And now I feel so empowered, like I can do it. I did it this morning for TikTok. Haven't posted yet, but I'm going to. But I feel like this might be a season of physical health for me. So what is your season? What is it that you want to work on? What is it that you want to be better at? Is that your marriage? Is that parenting? You guys, if you're a parent and you're struggling with your children, read the book, The 5 Love Languages. There's one specifically for kids, but read the original because it'll help you in every relationship going forward. Your marriage, your children, your coworkers, just like literally everyone that you come in contact with in life. But that book is about how to love people in a way that they respond to it. Because here's the thing is that so for example, one of the love languages is gift giving, right? That is not my love language. So I do understand it because it's my mother's. So I understood that when she gave me gifts, that was her showing love, but that wasn't how I received love, but I was able to recognize that she was showing it to me and I could accept that, right? But there are, I am acts of service. You want to show me love, you do all the things for me because that is how I know I am loved, is when people take care of me, when people do things for me. I love that. Right now I'm in a season with my team where I'm making them do acts of service for me. And I told them, I'm like, it's my love language. So even though I'm making you do it, I feel like you're willingly wanting to, but I feel so loved by my team right now, right? But then there are words of affirmation. I don't care about that. You can tell me I'm doing a good job all day long and it's not going to tell me in my mind that you love me. Physical touch, it's not my love language. You can hug me and I'll tell you I don't love it. I don't love touching. I'm not that person, right? So you can do that thinking that you are showing love to a person and the person doesn't receive it. And the same thing with your kids. I have a child who has physical touch. I need to hug her. I need to touch her. I need to hold her hand. And she was like that from the time she was tiny. And when people feel loved, they respond and react differently, right? I'm getting off on kind of a tangent, but if you know how someone receives love, you can give it to them in that way, right? Instead of only giving in yours. Because here's the thing. Mine's acts of service. So every morning I want to get up and I want to make Kyle breakfast and I want to make him lunch and I want to ensure that he's starting his day off better. So I do all those things for him. That does not show him that I love him. It doesn't. Like we've had the conversation, in the seasons where you're like, I feel so unloved. I'm like, what? I do all these things for you. He was like, that's not love. But it is. That's how I show love. But people don't receive it that way. So if you're struggling with your kids or your marriage, read the 5 love languages. If you're struggling with people in general, read the 5 love languages. It is absolutely amazing. If you are struggling in your marriage, love and respect 100%. I have read GoPro before. That is for us boss babes who want to go professional with this industry, right? It's amazing. I just read the just Laws of Success, but there was 12 of them by Les Brown. I have read Time, Money, Freedom by Ray and Jessica Higgins. I just finished Girl Code. I have the longest list ever, and I actually read those on top of my chronological Bible every single day because that allows me to read through the Bible in a year. And what I have found with that is that the Old Testament is my favorite. It used to be the New Testament 100% because the Old Testament was weird and kind of, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, why do they talk so much about prostitution? I don't know. But I love seeing how much God loves his people. And even when we are terrible or make bad decisions or whatever we're doing, he just loves and embraces us and brings us right back because that's where his heart is. And that's the person I want to be, right? So I love the Old Testament. I'm still there now. But I am in the part that talks a whole lot about prostitution and eating your children and all kinds of weird stuff. But if you think the Bible isn't interesting, you have not read the Old Testament because It is all about adultery, killing people, eating your babies, prostitution, like just idol worship, crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, okay? It's like the craziest soap opera you've ever, read. But that's beside the point. That's how I'm growing. But even if, you guys, I think I'm going to regret this. You guys, I'm losing so much hair. I told Kyle, I'm losing too much hair. I think that something's wrong. Like, I have a lot of hair, but I'm, like, losing a lot of hair. Like, it's just coming out. Like, and this isn't pulling. This is just not attached. But I am taking collagen, so it's fine. It's going to be fine. Collagen fixes everything. I spent that money on me for that collagen because, well, I got to take care of me. So, I love you guys. If you want to talk to me about just talking it out, because sometimes I think that helps. And in my business, I have those people that I can talk through things like, okay, this is what's happening. What do I need to do? Where am I at, right? What's the next step? Maybe it's network marketing. And until June 30th, you can join Pharmacy for $9.90 and you get every one of your products for half off, which is pretty incredible because literally this foundation that I used today, $22, just cost me $11, and it's phenomenal. The lipstick, I think it's like, I don't even know, $6 or something. I have hair everywhere. There's hair everywhere. I'm losing too much hair, you guys. All right. I love you guys. I'm sorry that it wasn't makeup today, but I really, really, really want you to personally develop into the person that you are supposed to be. Because here's the thing is, if you're not growing, you're definitely dying. And if you are not growing and filling your cup to the point that it is overflowing to everyone around you, you're empty. You have nothing to give to anyone else. And you're doing a huge disservice to everyone in your life that you love. So it's a really harsh reality, but it's really true. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.